It's always been a pleasure to come back. Obviously, it wasn't planned. We had a chat with Nick, and we looked at maybe a possibility of actually me coming back and helping the group. I mean the whole structure. I had no aspirations and no desire to coach the team. I'm there more in a mentor capacity to help Ponso and the team, and give a little bit of direction and a bit of input in terms of from a coaching perspective. I just think really development is the key. I don't really sort of buy into all the negativity. I'm more of a glass half full than half empty man. I do believe that I really feel that it's a great opportunity to actually grasp the positives and run with them, build on them. There's some really good talented young players. I think it's clearly evident that there's not the group of players, these group of players, especially the lads who I brought through from the 20s into the senior national team that are still playing today. We're still waiting to see the next group come through, and that's the overriding thing I've noticed, that there isn't that sort of abundance of young players coming through. Obviously that would be deemed as a worry, but I would rather look at the positives and run with the positives. There's so much potential in this country, a great deal of promise everywhere you look, and obviously when school football comes back on stream and the youngsters start playing in a more structured manner, I think the future could be a lot brighter. I think really you're really just scratching the surface. Long way from where you want to be. I think it's really important to be pragmatic about the situation and realise that development is an ongoing evolvement. It's not something you can just wake up one morning and say, oh we're going to put together under 13s or under 15s. It's something which is constantly evolving. Like I've always turned around and said, it's a revolving door, and you're always looking to bring in good young players to strengthen your group, because ultimately those young players are the players who you can see moving into your respective first team at GU, rollers, etc., and going on and representing the country, which everybody aspires to do. I think the ladies, I think have shown a great deal of promise and a great deal of potential, and I think it's really quite sort of striking is that they've only been together, a very short period of time. So I think it's very important to not lose sight of the fact that the team is a long way from where they probably want to be. But I think they've done extremely well to actually finish second in the league. And I've seen the team that won it, Double Action, and they're very good. But I'm sure, with a little bit of input from me, we can actually change that, change that balance, and hopefully the girls can go on from from strength to strength. I just think it's about tweaking it. I'm not here to sort of make fundamental changes to the first team. I'm here as a director of football to actually give direction, input, and more importantly, point out where I feel we can improve in terms of recruitment. Team selection is Ponso's baby. I've made it perfectly clear that I'm not there to interfere with that, and I just think it's really important for everybody to understand that I'm there in a mentor capacity, and if he kindly asked me to come in and do some work with him, and I did do. I think it's important to sort of find that balance between players coming through and players who will leave. Players always come and go. It's common knowledge. I think it's important to create a competitive, disciplined, and I place the emphasis on discipline because I'm a very, very disciplined character. I think it's important to actually set a template of actually where we are, where we want to go, who do we want to be, and I think it's really important to create a learning and a creative environment, but a disciplined environment in terms of actual trying to develop a group of players moving forwards that will go on and bring honours to GU in the near future. So I think it all has to be about a positive slant, about development, because I hear a lot of people turn around and say it can't always be about development. Don't matter where you are in the world. You could be in Brazil, you could be in England, Spain, Portugal. Players come, players go. You're always looking to develop your team, and its development is whether that's at Zebras, and I know I was criticised because I brought a lot of young players through, but I knew I was doing the right thing, and it's proven so. But because we had a lot of young players who were I think 10 of those players are still playing today. Matusi Johnson, Tero, you know, Ompo, Tully, you know, I could go on and on, but I'm really pleased to see him still playing. But we need to find that next group of players, and this is where you find them at domestic level, GU. Listen, I never stop learning. I'm always looking to learn. I'm always a sponge for knowledge and information, and if I can help him become a better coach, a better person, if I can help him, you know, one day go on and represent the country at the national team level, great, that'd be wonderful. I'm here to help. I'm not here to take his job. I can categorically state that. I'm here to help Ponso, and you know, I've always turned around and said that I wouldn't come back and coach here at domestic level, but I would coach more in a director development sense, and help him and help whoever's in charge. So yeah, I think he has a lot of positives. He's got areas where he needs to work on, and if I can help him brush up in those areas, great stuff.